These are our people. We are focused on our people. We are focused on helping our responders find and recover those people. That is our focus today.
That was a representative from Nippon Dynawave as recovery efforts continue for the 9 people who are still unaccounted for after a tank of chemicals ruptured at the facility earlier this week, now killing 2 people. Good morning and thank you for joining us here live at 6 o'clock. I'm China Green. We will have your weather and traffic in just a few minutes, but first we have new video showing what it looked like on the ground at the facility in Longview just moments after that chemical tank ruptured. You can see vehicles that have been crushed and flipped over. We do have a team coverage this morning again. Corey Johnson and Matthew Herchick are both in Longview with the latest on this devastating incident. Matthew, bring us up to speed on the death toll here.
China, good morning. From Longview, like you mentioned, we now know a second person has died as a result of their injuries from that implosion on Tuesday morning. 6 individuals are still being treated for their injuries, and the 9 people who we mentioned yesterday were still missing. All of them mill workers are now presumed dead, according to first responders. Officials have not said if they have retrieved any of those victims. They are continuing to deal with challenges on site here, including the tank that still has caustic liquid inside and waist-deep water in some spots. Here's more from Longview's Fire Battalion Chief during a press conference yesterday.
Recovery efforts began earlier today, and they'll continue to be slow, methodical, and deliberate. The priority is ensuring responder safety while treating every victim with the greatest dignity, care, and respect as possible.
Officials confirmed that some of the white liquor chemical that was inside the tank leaked into the Columbia, along with a nearby dike and ditch drainage system. Our Tim Gordon has more on exactly what this chemical is and why it's made this event especially devastating.
The tank at the Nippon Dynawave packaging facility holds around 900,000 gallons of white liquor. To give you some perspective, an Olympic-sized swimming pool holds around 660,000 gallons of water. Fire officials believe 25,000 gallons is still in the tank. So what is white liquor? It's a solution made up of sodium sulfide and sodium hydroxide. When heated, it breaks down wood to make craft paper, a durable material used in packaging, shopping bags, and other products. It's around 13 out of 14 on the pH scale, making it highly caustic, and it causes 2nd to 3rd degree burns when it comes in contact with skin.
That was our Tim Gordon reporting. Meanwhile, let's bring in Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson. Corey, because some of this liquid has leaked into nearby waterways, is it having any impact on the environment?
Yeah, Matthew, crews are also keeping a close eye on the conditions in the water around the plant. And they also say for people who live nearby or spend a lot of time along the Columbia, there are some new warnings that are in place for this morning. Now, plant officials say a caustic mix known as white liquor, as we've explained, spilled into storm drains after the explosion, contaminating local dikes and sloughs connected to the Columbia River. Officials say the material contains sodium hydroxide and sodium sulfide, chemicals used in the paper making process. They've also recovered about a dozen dead carp from the dikes near the site. The EPA saying responders have been deployed to monitor both waterways and also air quality, coordinating with the U.S. Coast Guard and Washington Department of Ecology. Now, officials say testing so far shows no evidence of airborne contamination, but their main concern remains contaminated water in drainage ditches and sloughs near the facility. So crews are now flushing impacted water through the Longview ditch system. They're diluting it before it's discharged into the Columbia River.
Bears repeating, those results show no evidence of airborne contamination. We will, of course, continue to monitor over the coming days.
And officials are still warning people to stay away from the ditches and the dikes near the industrial area that's north of Washington Way to Prudential. And they also say they have not issued any warnings for the Columbia River itself. But of course, we'll continue to keep you updated as things progress. Back to you.
Corey, thank you. We will certainly keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, coming up later this morning, we will hear from the children of one of the victims, Gilbert Bernal, who died in that implosion Tuesday morning.
He probably knew his fate, but it gives me peace of mind that he was so calm because he was a godly man and knew that this was his time.
And again, that's coming up here in just a few minutes. But for now, that's it for us here in Longview. We'll send it back to you in the studio. China.
Our Matthew Herchick reporting live in the field this morning. Thank you, Matthew. And stay with KGW for continuing coverage of the aftermath of the Longview tank implosion. We will have continuing team coverage throughout the morning here on Sunrise. And then again at noon. You can always find the latest anytime at kgw.com or on KGW Plus. Your time now is 6:06. We are taking a live look from our Chehalem Tasting Room Skycam in Sherwood. The sun is coming up on this Thursday morning. Headed over to Rod Hill for a look at the forecast. Wind arrows?
Oh, no, this is, well, yes. Actually, you're young, so your eyes can pick up the smaller objects. Okay. My eyes only pick up the bigger objects. These are streamlines, we call them in the weather department, and they are showing, to China's point, the wind direction coming in from the northwest. Here's the reason I'm showing you this. The bright colors, this is thunderstorm development at 6 o'clock this evening. Could some of these storms pop over the Cascades and spill into the valley? The weather modeling has backed off on the chance of that happening, but just remember this evening, keep an eye to the sky. Maybe there will be some spotty storms pop into the valley. There's also concern that thunderstorms in parts of southern, eastern, central Oregon today could turn severe later this afternoon and this evening with 60-mile-per-hour wind gust or greater and some hail, frequent lightning, heavy downpours, etc., etc. All right, there's that rising sun shot from the Chehalem Tasting Room out in Sherwood, 54 degrees. Here's our beautiful state capital, 52 down in Salem, and nice sunny start over downtown Portland. We are at 57 degrees. Not much wind out there this morning. Again, the direction is west-northwest. We're mainly in the 50s, 55 in Tigard, 57 up in Canby, and it's 50 out in Dallas. Good morning to you folks. Here's the afternoon map, and it does feature thunderstorms blowing up in southern, central, eastern Oregon. And then this evening, perhaps pushing up near the Dalles as those storms move northward up into Washington. So, sunny skies today, 83. We'll keep an eye to see if any storms are going to threaten the valley this evening. Otherwise, we don't really expect rain until we get some light rain coming in tomorrow morning. Then we're dry later in the day on Friday. Saturday dry, 66. Sunday, 72. A couple warmer to hot days next week, 84 Monday, 88 on Tuesday. Here's Chris McGinnis.
Rod, thanks for that. We pick it up with the traffic alert on the east side. You're looking live right now from our Wells Fargo sky camera, and you can see the Portland Police major crash team investigating a serious injury crash to a pedestrian that happened early this morning near the intersection of Grand Avenue and Southeast Pine. Grand is closed at Pine right now. Portland Police did tell us in a press release that the driver of the vehicle involved in the crash did stay on the scene and is cooperating. But they are asking anyone that may have witnessed this to give them a call. Right now, again, Southeast Pine closed at Southeast Grand Avenue until they wrap up this investigation. The pedestrian involved in this crash was taken away with potentially life-threatening injuries. So we'll keep you posted on that. The freeway drive this morning looks great. Here's a live look at the Sylvan Hill. It's getting a little bit busier now that we're a little deeper into our Thursday morning drive, but no problems on that side of town. Door number 3 takes us over to the Interstate Bridge. Zipping along there just fine. And China, as we check out the drive times, 15 minutes gets you in from Troutdale. So far, so good.
Thank you, Chris.